There have been a whole host of extremely disturbing Supreme Court decisions that have come down this term, but the decision on Trump versus United States, which was just released today, could fundamentally alter our democracy here in America for the rest of time. I'm Eliza Orland's career public defender here in Manhattan for the last almost 15 years, and I want to talk about this decision because basically they have said that a president is in fact above the law. This decision has eroded checks and balances. Now we no longer have a mechanism for holding the executive branch accountable. They have basically said that the actions taken by a sitting president are essentially immune to criminal prosecutions or civil liability. This ruling significantly expands executive power, setting an incredibly dangerous precedent. It implies that a president can act with impunity without any judicial oversight, which contradicts the foundational principle that no one is above the law. Justice Sotomayor says this in her dissent better than I could about the implications of this, so I'm just going to read it to you. Looking beyond the fate of this particular prosecution, the long-term consequences of today's decision are stark. The court effectively creates a law-free zone around the president, upsetting the status quo that has existed since the founding. The new official acts immunity now lies about like a loaded weapon for any president that wishes to place his own interests, his own political survival, or his own financial gain above the interests of the nation. The president of the United States is the most powerful person in the country and possibly the world. When he uses his official powers in any way, under the majority's reasoning, he will now be insulated from criminal prosecution. Orders the Navy SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival, immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power, immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon, immune. Immune, immune, immune. Let the president violate the law. Let him exploit the trappings of his office for personal gain. Let him use his official power for evil ends. Because if he knew that he may one day face liability for breaking the law, he might not be as bold and fearless as we would like him to be. That is the majority's message today. Even if these nightmare scenarios never play out, and I pray they never do, the damage has been done. The relationship between the president and the people he serves has shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. Never in the history of our republic has a president had reason to believe that he would be immune from criminal prosecution if he used the trappings of his office to violate the criminal law. Moving forward, however, all former presidents will be cloaked in such immunity. If the occupant of that office misuses official power for personal gain, the criminal law that the rest of us must abide will not provide a backstop. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. This dissent is unlike anything I've ever seen in any Supreme Court decision. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. We should all be very, very afraid. I'm not being hyperbolic. This decision will fundamentally alter the course of American history.